Welcome to Lifespan Developmental Psychology. This topic is going to be the cognitive and language development in infancy. From birth to age 2, there are a lot of cognitive and language developments happening. Some infants exhibit superior abilities in this area, while others are born with or can develop cognitive delays or different types of language development issues. When we think of cognition, we define it as a process of knowing and remembering. Infants learn a lot through this enormous amount of stimuli they receive. Learning enables them to adapt to their environment by building on their experience. Then, there is a change in their behavior as a result of that experience. For example, if a baby wakes up in the middle of the night and cries, the parent usually comes running. When the baby realizes that this happens every time, he has learned that his crying equals mom and dad's attention. Researchers believe that young children cannot remember events in their lives, which is called an autobiographical memory, until around age 3. No one really knows why this is, although some people will swear that they can remember everything from the time they're born. Most of us will see a baby picture of ourselves and think that we remember that time, but we really couldn't remember it on our own without that picture. Jean Piaget is one of the main theorists of childhood, and he said that during the first 2 years of our life, we are in the sensomotor stage. Our major task during infancy is to integrate the perceptual and motor systems to arrive at a more adaptive behavior. Another task that we are completing at this time is called the notion of object permanence. We've all played peekaboo. Part of the fun is that we know the person is there, but we also think that they're not there. Object permanence lets us know that the thing still exists, even when we can't see it. As for language, it is really about the ability to understand and send messages. 2-year-olds may point and grunt, meaning, I want a drink. She doesn't say, give me a drink, but her parents learn to understand her messages. Infants are learning so much during this time, and some speak earlier than others, whereas some children may need assistance through a speech-language therapist, an early intervention specialist, or they need to have their hearing tested through an audiologist. Regardless of how we learn our language, whether it's from our caregivers, our daycare providers, we need to remember that children during this time period are little sponges, and they will soak up everything we give them. A lot of this is due to heredity, but much of it is environmental. We have to be encouraging of our children to develop their brains and the ability to talk, because without cognitive or language development, they can be facing a huge setback in order to get through the next stages of their development.